Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Love and Beloved, and I'm Dilruba Chowdhury, your love life leader. Today, I'm here to talk about, as I mentioned in the description, that anger issues in relationships. We all see time to time that our partners or we get angry in situations or topics that brings up into the relationships, and that is not quite desirable. Most of the time it just gets so much not that pleasant within us, and the anger, we cannot sometimes control those anger, control those annoyance, and we get so much triggered up. So in this topic, I'm going to talk about how we can control our own anger and how we can approach to an angry partner. The most difficult thing is to approach someone who is just so much angry and not ready to listen to your any compliance or any naggings or any of the talk. They are just super angry, they are furious, they just want to attack and defend themselves. So if you step back and think about it, an angry person is all trying to defend themselves. They are just offended, they are scared, they are scared of losing something or losing the battle or losing their point, or they are just trying to save something. They're just trying to save themselves from the situation. That's why they get so much furious. Even when we get angry, think about it, like what's going in our mind. We are just angry just because we see that we are not valued, we are just our opinion are not getting agreed upon, or we are just losing something in that battle or in that argument. So we get angry at that point because we are trying to say something and we are trying to prove ourselves, but it's not getting approved. So it's happening the same way with the opposite way, like opposite as you are or your partner. It's just happening in the same way. So all we need to step back and think about the whole situation. That's where the anger comes to a point that it can be logical. It can seem logical at that moment. But if you just confront that anger, confront that angry person that you are getting angry, you are not listening to me, that's just gonna gaslight it. That's just gonna blow it away more, and that's just gonna just fool it more. So in this kind of situation, when you are trying to approach your person, your partner, and they are just super angry on that, what you can do is, instead of confronting them right away, you can just step aside at that moment and try different kind of communication. Either way, maybe it's language, maybe it's form of communication that you can try. Like with my husband, what I approach, that whenever I wanted to talk to him, he just gets so much argumentative, he just gets so defensive. So I tried to reach my point by different form of communication. I wrote him a letter. I wrote him all of my points in the letter and just hand it over and said that whenever you get chance, just read it, and if you have any questions, come to me and talk to me about it, or you can write the answer back to me. So when he is when he is reading the letter, he is not getting angry, because even though he is getting angry, maybe in his mind, he doesn't have me to confront that, and he doesn't have me to just have the argument. That way he actually can process the thought in his mind with the time, and that makes him think. So try different kind of communication, how you can approach your partner. Maybe record a voicemail, maybe just try to talk to him over the phone, or try to record a video message. You figured out how you can just convey the message. Your main goal is to convey the message. Your main goal is not to talk to him at that moment. Your main goal is to convey the message, and you figured out how you're gonna convey that message. All right. So first thing, that how you can confront or approach an angry person is communicate different forms and different language. Maybe you are trying to communicate in a harder way, try softer way, try different hint way, try different kind of make a comparison, make what it says, make a story, and then convey the message to him or her, of course. So it's just a form of communication. You'll figure it out which way he doesn't get angry, and anger doesn't blind them to understand your message. All right. Now come to the point where you cannot be angry, and you can reasoning all their points, and come to a point that you can have a conscious communication with them. All right. Whenever you get angry, try not to talk to them at that moment. Try not to repeat or respond. Just listen and be just in a listening mode. That way, you will not make them derail from their own conversation and let them finish their whole point. Maybe at some point you can process the whole communication they have been just trying to tell you, and then process it later, and then response back to them based on the processing, not right away. So just try to listen and don't respond at that moment. If that makes you super angry at that moment, maybe you can just calmly ask them to talk to you again later, so that you can process the first half of that thing, of that communication, and come back with a grounded, more like susceptible way to communicate with them. Otherwise, you can try other ways. You can try tell them to just write all those points so that you can understand. Tell them to talk about what's the reason behind it they are trying to communicate about it, other than nagging, complaining, something, if that makes you angry. Or let them know which way you want to talk to them, or which way you want to receive the message from them. That way it's going to be much easier for them to tell you something they have been trying to tell you, and it just makes you so much angry. So there is so many levels of communication. There are so many ways of communication. It doesn't need to be one way. It doesn't need to be always talk. We can communicate with our actions. We can communicate with our different language. We can communicate with stories. We can communicate with so many versions of that. And we can actually communicate with time. It doesn't matter how many times you sit and resolve that, as long as you have your intention to resolve something, you will find your way how to resolve that and communicate with them. Because if you value your relationship, you are not going to give up on them just because they're angry. You are not going to give up on yourself, your expression, just because that makes you angry. You will try to make it work either way, like if like any way you want to resolve that issue, because relationship is bigger than anything for you. So if you want to save your relationship, save your bigger goal, save or express yourself, be authentic. Expressing can be in so many ways. Whatever ways your partner is ready to receive, try them, and it's gonna work out. Be patient, be practicing, and good luck with that. And I have so much more to just talk about it. I'm here always to listen to you and give you advice. If you want to, just reach out to me, reach out to anyone who can help you, and just be helped. Don't give up. Don't give up your hope, and be happy. Thank you guys, and we'll be back again soon. Love you.